What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Blacksmith Podcast, where we forge men. I'm your host, Will B. Thank you for joining me today. And before we jump into the last of our series, the basics, I just want to ask you to smash that like button and share with someone this can help. Now, on to our topic. We've been doing a series called The Basics, where we talked about getting hard skills, soft skills, budgeting, paying yourself first, investing, credit, and time management. And we're going to tackle time management right now. Yes, it has been a while since I've done a video, um, but I've had some extenuating circumstances. I'm still active duty, folks. So just bear with me. I'm back. No, 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 no. Fix your band attendant. No. All right. Just me. All right. So yes, and we are going to be I got one quick announcement before we start. We are going to be starting a new series called The Village Mindset, and it's going to be talking about how life used to be. We were when we were more tribal, right? We lived in villages, teepees, huts, straw huts. I don't care. And the men went this way to go hunt. The women went this way to cook and tend to the gardens. Men stayed around the perimeter to guard the village, and that kind of mindset that we had, and why it's still important to have that kind of mindset in today's world and society. Okay, if that interests you guys, tune in. The next video I do is going to be on the village mindset. I'm going to announce when that series is going to start. Now, look at my screen. Let's get busy. All right, time management. Let's see what this is. It's the process of consciously planning and controlling the time spent on specific tasks to increase how efficient you are. In layman's terms, that is prioritizing the amount of time or controlling the amount of time you spend on each task that you have. And so you can effectively get them all done and get them done well, right? Efficiently. Um, so how do you do that? You have to, and I'm a person that puts stuff on paper, okay? I have a supercomputer like everybody else, these flat screen TVs that everybody carries around in their pocket. However, I don't just use mine for entertainment, scrolling through YouTube and Instagram for hee hee ha ha stuff. There's a calendar on there with notifications. I utilize that sucker. There's alarms on there. I utilize that with notes on the alarm of why I set it. You got a meeting in 5 minutes upstairs or whatever. Hey, good to go. Um, I put stuff on paper. So I'll put all my tasks on paper with a checkbox, right? And I'll start the ones that's important or that I need to do first, right? I prioritize. And that helps me work on these. And out of these, let's get this one first because this is the easiest one to knock out. Knock that out, cross it off or check the box. Next one and roll, right? So let's go to why is it important? All right. So stress management is a big one, right? Everybody's talking about stress, anxiety, and things of this nature. And one thing you don't need is work stressing you out or things you got to get home stressing you out. Time management can be used for everything. If you're a video game player, cool. Come home, play your video games for the first 30 minutes to an hour. If you need to, 2 hours. If you get home early enough, 2 hours, right? But limit it to those 2 hours. When that alarm goes off and you're in the middle of a Call of Duty match, I get it. Finish your match, but that's it. You're done for the day. Don't let a friend talk you into doing anything else because you know what? You got to fix the toilet. And if that's going to take you an hour, cool. Now you got to go get a new filter for your refrigerator. Now you need new air filters for the house. Like, this is how you manage your stuff. You have to manage the time, and it's going to help decrease your stress level because as you have less and less to do task wise, that will free you up for other things that you would like to do, right? So increase productivity. If you're always bogged down with tasks and stuff, you're going to get stressed out. You're going to get nothing done. A lot of times when you look at all the tasks you have to get done, when you look up, it's like looking at Mount Everest and you standing at the foot of it. It's cold, it's windy, it looks like death incarnate. And you have to climb every bit of that. The best thing to do is take one step at a time, handle the things that are closest to you. And that's we have sayings for this, right? There's one such saying, handle the gator closest to the boat, right? If you've never heard it, just okay, I never heard it. Just ears open. Here we go. Now you're about to hear it. If you have an alligator that's 100 feet away from your boat and he's coming your way, got it. But if you look to your left and there's a gator with his mouth open 2 feet from your boat, you might want to stab him or shoot him or shoo him because he might take your ankle with him. Okay. So you might want to pay attention to the more important one. We can deal with him later once he's going that way or blue, 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 because you pop, 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 popped. I don't know. I'm not saying animal cruelty. This is what I am saying. That's one saying for it. Have you ever heard of the ball theory? Some of you may have heard of the ball theory. So if somebody throws 10 balls at you, right? Um, you have to figure out which ones are glass and which ones are rubber. Why? Because if you drop the rubber ball, it will bounce and you have another chance to catch it. But if you drop that glass ball, it will shatter and you won't get another chance to catch it. Thus, prioritize the most important tasks. Those are the glass balls, and put the other stuff to the back burner. Maybe it's not due today, it's due tomorrow. Handle those later. Um, so there are a couple of sayings that will help you with this. There are many of them. Those are just two examples, so we can keep this thing rolling. Also, okay, boosting confidence. If you're getting a lot done and you have a system, you're going to have more confidence in that system. Thus, you're going to have more confidence in yourself to get work done, to be more productive, right? And the less stress you have, the more confident you're going to be. Better work quality, you're going to produce better work. Avoid procrastination. I used to be a big procrastinator, especially in school when we had like a paper due. I did all my homework, I did all that stuff on time. But whenever we had like an essay due or something like, yeah, let's say an essay, a book report or something, right? The night before, I go home, I try to work on it. No ideas come to mind. Nothing. I try to work on it. So I'm video gaming, I'm outside, I'm doing whatever, right? But the night before, every idea hits me and I'm on that computer, ink is flying, do, 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 do. 97, 100. I don't know. I'm not proud of that, but that's not the average person when it comes to procrastination. So I'm not helping my case here. You don't want to procrastinate, but see, I was stressed out doing it 12 hours before it was due when I could have done it 12 days before it was due. And as soon as this is due, I could have turned it in as soon as I got it done, right? With 12 days to go. She could have graded it, he could have graded it, right? And guess what? Now I've got no stress and I've got nothing like, oh, you still got to do that thing on my mind when I come home. I'm free. Better work life balance. I think that kind of speaks for itself, right? Goals, and I do want to touch on goals. So in the pilot video for this channel, I talked about it being a men's channel that is going to help them become. And what does that mean? Become the person in the future that they want to be. So how do you do that? You see yourself in the future. Let's look 15 years. So if you're a 20-year-old man, you're going to look and envision yourself at 35 years old. Now, I know that sounds like a long way away. You may be laughing, or I'll be ancient by then. Okay, just listen. So that 35-year-old man, I hope that man, while you're laughing, is outpacing your present self. If not, Houston, we got a problem, right? For most people, for most guys, that 35-year-old is going to be outpacing him in life right now, right? So imagine where you want to be in 15 years. Where do you want to live? Like house, apartment, what state? What do you want to drive? Albeit I wouldn't put too much emphasis on going into debt for a car. It's transportation, and that's what it needs to be. Do you have a degree? What kind of skill set do you have? Do you have certifications, a degree, um, a trade? How much money are you earning? Are you married? Do you have children? What does this guy here at 35 look like? And like, let's just take a degree. Now, this is how you walk from 20 to 35. You take what the 35-year-old has, or how he is, who he is, what he is, right? And you reverse engineer it to you right now in the present. So if he has a bachelor's degree in engineering, then you at 20 years old need to apply for colleges for engineering programs. If you need a higher GPA, if you need your electives knocked out, then apply to junior colleges so you can get those and then apply to engineering school, right? If that guy is a doctor, then you need to do the same thing. You need to knock out your gen ed classes and get a degree and an undergraduate, a bachelor's, right? And something like uh, chemistry, bioengineering. I don't know. What's another one? I don't know, something, right? And then you study for medical school and you take that exam and get into medical school. So you just reverse engineer how what they have to who you are now, and that's how you move, right? And that's in the pilot video of this channel. If you guys haven't seen that, go look at that and that'll make more sense. But we're talking about time management, so we're going to keep this thing rolling. So if you've watched this long, you are in for a treat. If you haven't seen the short on this is great, because now I'm going to tell you about a little system I created that is going to absolutely blow your socks off. It is going to help you 100%. Okay. And I have a question for you first. What do you do with your 62? Ponder about it, think about it, breathe, stretch, shake, let it go, right? What do you do with your 62? If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're in for a treat. Here we go. Let me show you my screen now. Okay. So, what are you looking at right here? Let me go in order. Don't get ahead of me. So, in 1 week, you have 168 hours, right? Now, if everybody has the same 7 days, the same 24 hours, that equals 168 hours. If I allot you 40 hours to work, why 40? Because the average work week is 40 hours. So if I allot you 40 hours to work, that leaves you with 128 hours. If I gave you 8 hours a night to sleep, that's the whole week. That's 7 days. If I gave you 8 hours the whole week to sleep a night, that's 56 hours, which leaves you with a grand total of 72. And then if I gave you 10 hours a week to commute, so if you work 40-hour work week, that's 8 hours a day. So that would be 1 hour to commute to work, 1 hour to commute home. So that's 2 hours Monday through Friday to commute. That leaves you with a grand total of 62 hours. And my question for you is, what do you do with your 62? Because I'm going to tell you right now, it's this 62 hours that you are not working, sleeping, commuting that is separating you from Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett. That's all that's separating you from success. It's all that's separating you from greatness, is how you manage your 62. Now, let's be real. Some of you work a 60-hour work week. Well, then you're only going to have 42 hours left. But what are you doing with that? You still have to account for the time. Some of you commute 15 hours a week, like I do. I commute 1 hour to work in the morning because I'm up way earlier than traffic. I go hit the gym for 2 hours, then I go to work, right? And on the way home, I might spend 2 hours in traffic because there's a lot of traffic, right? So that's 3 hours Monday through Friday. So mine would actually be 57, right? But the point is, it's 62. This is the template. What do you do with your 62? The point is accounting for every hour you are not working, sleeping, or commuting. Okay? So here's how this looks. If you have 62 hours left, and let's say you came home at 5 p.m. and you played video games, let's say for 1 hour, okay? Is that Monday through Friday? If it is, remember, you got to put 5 hours. And wait, do you play on the weekends? Oh, shoot. Man, I play for like 8 hours on the weekend. Well, that's 13 hours, right? That's 13 hours. Now, what else do we have to do? Uh, okay, what's another common thing? I watch Netflix. I watch Hulu, watching TV. Okay, so let's just put TV. All right, how many show? What show do you watch? Let's say you watch a 1 hour show, Walking Dead, right? And you watch like 5 episodes in a row. You binge watch it, right? Well, let's say that accounts for about 5 hours, right? Do you do this Monday through Friday? It'd be impossible to do that. Um, but let's say, well, if you got home at 5 p.m., you can't play video game. But you see what I'm saying? Let's say you did it for 2 hours, right? But is that Monday through Friday? Yeah, it is. Okay, so that's 10 hours. Do you watch TV on the weekends? Oh, yeah, I do. I watch a lot of TV. Let's say like 10 hours on the weekends, Saturday and Sunday. Cool. Guess what? That's 20 hours. So now you've accounted for 33 of your hours, and they're all unproductive. They're video games and television. And so now you have 29 more hours to go. Did I say that right? I think so. So, now this is what I mean, and this is where you have to be honest, right? You have to be honest about the time that you're spending doing stuff, regardless if it's productive or not. I'm not trying to force you to figure out whether you're being productive or not. I'm trying to show you what you're doing. You're in a dark room right now and you don't know what's around you. You don't know where you're at. And I'm shining the light or turning the lights on so you can see everything in the room, so you know where you're at. So your goal is way over yonder. I said it. How are you going to navigate through all of this stuff in your way and get there, right? But you need to first know where you're at. And so that's what I'm doing right now. So you need to be honest. What does your 62 really look like? When you come home from work, you need to try the best to your ability to figure out how long you're spending doing this stuff, because the point is, these things that we talked about, the basics, this is what you should be working on if you're going to ever become that guy that you want to be in 15 years. You need to get hard skills, degrees, certifications, and trades, because these are income earners. These are salary increasers. These are hourly wage jumpers. These soft skills, these can help you get promotions. These can help you increase your salary. These can help you have a better time at work because the boss and all your workmates might actually like you. Teamwork, that's a soft skill. Leadership, that's a soft skill. Budgeting, budgeting, knowing where every one of your dollars go is absolutely important because this helps you not overspend. It also helps you do number 4, pay yourself first. And I also coupled number 6 with number 4 in the video I did. So that is paying yourself first and investments. We're talking about savings accounts. We're talking about saving CDs. We're talking about stock market, 401ks, pension plans, all kinds of stuff, mutual funds, stocks, bonds, all kinds of stuff like that. That's this, using your money to make money babies, to earn more money, to make more money, create passive income for yourself. I showed, there's a video on the channel where I show you how to buy high dividend paying stocks called real estate investment trust or REITs. Go check it out. Credit. knowing the three bureaus, knowing what a FICO score is, knowing that it goes from like a 300 to 850, knowing what yours is, checking your credit reports to see if there's any alias names that you're not known by. That's called a discrepancy. You need to get that off your report, so you need to file a dispute. All of that stuff, credit. And of course, time management. This is what you should be using your 62 to do, because these things are going to help you become the man you want to be in the future. If that's not what you're about, then this really isn't for you. All right. So, what do you do with your 62? Let's account for every hour you have, and that's going to show you what you spend your hours on. And you're going to have to say, oh, shoot, maybe I can't play video games from sun up to sundown when I get home. And I will tell you this, um, what you do from 9 to 5 is going to pay your bills and your lifestyle, and make you be able to afford life. But what you do from 5 to 9 is what's going to get you out of the rat race, is what's going to generate wealth, is what's going to make you rich or make you hit the goals that you have for your life. A lot of us will never hit the goals we have just working 9 to 5. That's just the truth of it. And I have a cousin that when I was, I don't know, this might have been about 20 years ago now, he asked me and my friends one question that still plays it over and over in my mind now, because it was very eye opening. He asked us, where do you think you will find the most potential on planet Earth? And we're thinking, the ghettos, the hood, most of those people are talented, but they don't use it. He said, no. We're like, okay. And sports, athletes, most of those folks have a lot of potential, right? Nope. And we said something else, and I don't remember. And he said the graveyard. And we were like, come again? He said the graveyard, because most people die with all of their potential still inside of them. They die before they can reach their full potential. And really, if you want to know the truth, potential is just the ability to be able to do something, complete a certain task, or stored energy. And most people die with that stored energy still stored. You have potential and you have kinetic energy. If you have a ton of potential, your kinetic energy is zilch, right? But if you have no potential left because it's all in motion, that's kinetic energy, energy in motion. You want to have zero potential left because you want to be running at full steam. All your kinetic energy should be in motion. Okay. And that's going to do it for this video, folks. The blacksmith is back in the forge, and we are red hot on some issues. And we're going to be red hot on some more issues on that village mindset. So keep it locked right here. I am back. Na 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 na. And I will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. Please share. And I'm back. See you in the next one.